Hi friends, welcome to YOLO channel, and today's section I am going to give a lecture on single phase half control rectifier with R load. Before that, we discuss what is meant by phase angle control. In AC circuit, the ACR can be turned on by applying gate signal at any angle with respect to the applied voltage. The firing angle is also defined as the angle between zero crossing of the input voltage and the instant the thyristor is fired. The firing angle is denoted as alpha. Hence, the most efficient method to control the turning on of a thyristor is achieved by varying the firing angle of thyristor. Such method of control is called phase angle control. Single phase half control rectifier is a one pulse converter. One pulse converter means one trigger pulse is to be generated during every cycle of the supply to trigger the SCR. It is we discuss the circuit of single phase half control rectifier with R load. The circuit is energized by line voltage or transformer secondary voltage, that is Vs equal to Vm sin omega t. It is assumed that the supply voltage never exceeds the forward or reverse blocking of thyristor. During positive half cycle, anode is connected to positive terminal with respect to cathode. The thyristor is said to be forward biased. At 0 to alpha, thyristor has forward blocking mode when firing pulse is applied at omega t equal to alpha. Thyristor T1 conducts and input voltage appears across the load. During the period alpha to pi, we can get the output voltage and output current. During negative half cycle of supply voltage, anode is connected to negative supply and cathode is connected to positive supply. At this stage, thyristor is said to be reverse biased. Thyristor blocks the flow of control load current and no load voltage is applied across the load. So by varying the firing angle alpha, the output voltage can be controlled during the period of conduction. Now we can derive the output voltage, output load current and RMS load voltage, RMS load current. So it is VDC. It is 0 to 2 pi. We can divide it into 3 parts: 0 to alpha, alpha to pi and pi to 2 pi. So in 0 to alpha we can get the output voltage. So 1 by 2 by the limit alpha to by Vm sin omega t into d omega t. Vm divided by 2 by alpha to 2 by sin omega t into d omega t. What is the integration of sin omega t? So Vm is a peak voltage of the supply voltage. So we can take Vm divided by 2 by the integration of alpha to by sin omega t d omega t. Integration of sin omega t is minus cos omega t. We can substitute upper limit minus lower limit. Next term. So Vm divided by 2 by upper limit minus cos pi. So minus cos pi plus cos alpha. So minus cos pi values is minus 1. So we can put a minus 1 to this step plus cos alpha. So we can derive the equations Vm divided by 2 by 1 plus cos alpha. Now we can derive average load current. So already we derived average load voltage. So by using this term we can derive IDC. IDC equal to VDC divided by R. So we substitute previous equation VDC. So IDC equal to Vm divided by 2 pi R into 1 by cos alpha. So RMS load voltage, that is VRMS. VRMS is nothing but root mean square value of VDC. So it will be 1 by 2 by alpha to 2 by Vm sin omega t whole square into d omega t to the power 1 by 2. So we can take the term Vm squared divided by 2 by in outside. The limit alpha to pi sin squared omega t into d omega t to the power 1 by 2. In sin square omega t, d omega t can be replaced with next term Vm square divided by 2 by limit alpha to by sin square omega t can be replaced by 1 minus cos 2 omega t divided by 2 into d omega t to the power 1 by 2. The next step Vm square divided by 4 by the integration of 1 equal to omega t and integration of cos 2 omega t equal to minus sin 2 omega t divided by 2. The limit upper limit alpha 2 by to the power 1 by 2. So we can take square root from Vm squared. So we derive the next step Vm divided by 2 root pi. We substitute upper limit minus lower limits to this term equal to by minus alpha minus sin 2 by divided by 2 plus sin 2 alpha divided by 2. Sin 2 by value equal to 0. So we neglect the term. Remaining term Vm divided by 2 root 2 pi by minus alpha plus sin 2 alpha divided by 2. So we derive the equations. Finally Vm divided by 2 1 by pi minus alpha plus sin 2 alpha divided by 2 to the power 1 by 2. This is the RMS equation, that is VRMS. Next we can find IRMS. IRMS equal to VRMS divided by R. So now we put the equations VRMS. We can get the IRMS equations.